And we are back. This is the Social Monkey number 10, and I'm here today with Deejay Clayton Robinson. As you can see, big smiling face from a man who's done absolutely fantastic creative work with him and his brother. How you doing, brother? You all right?
Not bad, I'm good, mate.
Excellent.
Good. Cool.
So, when I saw your video on YouTube, when you first put your first one up, how quickly did I get in touch with you? I think I was your first subscriber.
I think it was, yeah, first subscriber. I think it was literally, I can't remember if it was the same day or the next day you messaged me, to be fair.
Yeah.
It was very quick.
To be honest with you, mate, it blew my mind how you described it to me at the end of the day, because you said to me, well, you know, it was just an idea.
Yeah.
So when it was just, so what were you doing with your brother when you come up with the idea?
Oh, sat in the front room having a couple of beers.
Literally,
Literally all we was doing. We sat in the front room having a couple of beers. I was just sat there scrolling through YouTube.
Yeah.
Stumbled across a video of some guy doing something similar, not quite to the same extent as what we did it, but something similar. He was like set up on a canal, just under a bridge, playing house music, and it just caught my eye. So I kind of said to my brother, I was like, oh, look at this, this is cool, isn't it? Like, do you know what I mean? And straight away he was like, we can do that. I was like, can we? He was like, yeah, we can do that, we can do that. I was like, thinking about it, do you know what I mean? Couldn't quite work it out. And he went, yeah, and he's like, we've got all the gear, you've got the speakers, you've got this, you've got that, I've got the cameras. He was like, let's go. I was like, and I think this was like Wednesday. Yeah. Like that. It was like, I'm sure it was Wednesday or Thursday night. It was just
midweek madness.
Midweek, yeah. We was just sat there chilling, you know. What do? We jumped in the car that night.
Yeah.
He was like, let's go and check Garrison out. Jumped in the car that night. I don't know whether you noticed in the video, I'm walking around with a longboard.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. If you watch the video again, in the start, I've got a longboard under my arm, walking down. You see me actually put it up against the fence, and then throughout the whole video, it's actually sat at the back in the thing. But the purpose of that was, what did we do? That night we went out on the longboards, looking for a location. That night when we just went longboarding around Garrison, found the pier, and we was like, yeah, this will work. Now I think it was the Sunday, was it the Saturday or Sunday night? We went back. But because it all started on us just cruising around the longboards, Harry was like, just bring the longboard. It's fine. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's go with it. And he never actually put it in the video, but you know the little trolley in the video? I actually longboarded all the way down there, towing that trolley. He's got footage of us doing it, but it was just all a bit ropey, which is why I never went in.
Well, it's amazing how much equipment that you guys got down there. It must have taken you a while to set it up.
No, really not. I can set that up in like 10-15 minutes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I actually prolonged the process so he can film it. So you know where he's putting the shots and stuff like that. So I actually go, right, can I plug this in yet?
Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, literally. Like, it doesn't take me long at all to set it up. It looks a lot more than it is. Most of it, I don't want to say too much about how we do it, but most of it is just running off of itself. Do you know what I mean? Laptop, mixer, that's running off the laptop. Do you know what I mean? The only thing I'm powering is speakers.
So who came up with the drone idea? Was that you or was that your brother?
That was a mixture of both, to be fair.
Yeah,
because it was my drone. It was my drone. We just took everything we had, to be fair. Like both of us, I carry my drone around all the time anyway. You know, if I've got the opportunity to chuck it up in the air, I'll send it up. Do you know what I mean? Fly it around. I always say everything looks better from the sky. I don't know about you, but as soon as you put a camera up in the air, you just get a totally different perspective on what something looks like. So almost like, I think in one respect, the thing that pulls you into that first video is the drone shots.
It certainly does. That's what gripped me, because at first you think, where is he?
Yeah, how do you do that? It doesn't.
No, it was where you were, because it didn't look like it was anywhere around here.
No, at all. But it looks completely different. It's purely just because we've just chucked in a couple of them drone shots. Everything just looks so different from above.
It looked like you were in Ibiza.
Yeah.
It really did. My missus said the same thing to me.
I
said, that's over the Garrison. She went, is it? I said, look. And obviously I pointed certain bits and pieces over there and that, and it was
only where they'd done the poppy wave.
Yes.
That's where it was. Yeah.
But I mean, the other location that you've done as well, where was that again?
Harwich.
That was in Harwich.
That was Harwich as a mission.
Yeah. that is a bit of a drive. But again, what was the idea behind that?
So the idea started on something that we had where we used to go as kids.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's an old war lookout up there. Really cool. Like, it's not like the Garrison. It's got the same sort of buildings as the garrison in regards to like the war buildings and stuff like that. But my mum used to do a do you know the bike run, Essex Radio Air Ambulance.
No.
Bike, you never heard of it?
No.
It's quite a big thing. They do it every year. It's all for the air ambulance, all for good cause. But me and my brother used to work that all the time as kids with it. Yeah, so we was always up in Harwich doing this job every year. So the place we'd always liked him. We probably weren't meant to, but we always used to jump in through the fence and go and have a look around, you know what I mean? Things like that. And we just loved the building. And there's a really cool there's like a gun turret, yeah, like coming round, a big round one, and then there's a ledge just behind it with then a tower behind that going all the way up, which you can actually climb up.
That must look amazing, especially as a child.
It looks nuts, and we used to always go to the top of it, and like the view from up there was the bollocks. But we wanted to set up on the ledge in front of the turret.
Yeah.
Being in Harwich and living in Southend, you can't just get there. You know, we couldn't go and scope it out just one random Wednesday, Thursday night like we did on our longboards with the garrison.
Yeah.
It was a commitment. Yeah. So we just jumped in the car, loaded the gear in, just thought, we'll go for it. When we get there, obviously 10 years later, things have changed.
How much have they changed?
Them little fences went to razor spike fences that were taller than us. You know, there was no getting in. We couldn't do it.
Mate.
The one spot you could get in, cameras. So, and we actually spoke to a few locals as well.
Oh, did you? So you get the load out?
Found some locals up there, and I was like, is there any way of getting in there? And they was like, no. One of our mates got into it a while ago. Please stand up, everything. So we was like, okay. Right.
Oh, shit.
We won't do that. So then obviously at this point now, we've driven all the way to Harwich, wanted the location. Harry was very set on like, I'm filming something, like this is happening, we're setting up somewhere, it doesn't matter where it is.
Such a long way, it's got to be done.
And probably about a mile up, we could see this lighthouse out in the sea. So I pointed it out and Harry was just like, let's go, let's do it. So we walked up there. When we first went out, I was a bit reluctant to go out because I didn't know what the tide was doing. Because in the video you can see there's a little path going out.
Yeah.
That was actually really rocky and all seaweed all the way out, so it was really sketchy, really slippery.
Yeah.
We actually walked out there on the mud. Yeah, so we didn't walk along that on the way out, we walked round on the mud and up. And Harry was like, tide's going out, it's fine. No dramas, yeah, tide's going out, we just walked back. I was like, alright, cool. Started setting up, we just thought, right, we'll just do it really quick because now when we've messed about with the other place, we're up against the sun coming down now and we had no lights with us either.
Yeah,
so
we
had to be quick. We started setting up, I started playing, I've noticed the tide's now further in.
Oh, yeah, because you see it creep up on you through the video, which is good.
Throughout the thing, it comes up and up and up, and if you watch at the start of the video, I think there's a couple of drone shots of the little bit, the walkway.
That's right.
When we walked back, that walkway went from probably like this to like that.
So it was like a tightrope walk, pretty much.
Pretty much, and we had to carry all the gear out. I think he actually says at the end of the video, we've got a sketchy little walk back now to get back to shore. He wasn't lying. Like,
he got straight on the camera, didn't he? He was like, we've got to go.
To be fair, I think that all happened for a reason, because I had a different power set up on that.
Okay.
And the battery actually genuinely ran out. That weren't like a thing. If you watch the end of it, it just goes and battery dies.
So you just about got enough in to say the battery's going to go as well.
15 minutes, that's all we got. Yeah, we had a little leisure battery. I've got a better one now. I've done a bit of research. I didn't buy a generator because that makes too much noise. You don't want to attract too much attention, plus it would just ruin the music, you know. But I've got another little power bank now that we're using.
What's that?
Another little power bank.
A power bank?
Yeah, a little power bank, but I bought quite a big one. Yeah, so it's small enough to carry, but it's quite powerful. Like, I've powered loads off it.
So how much stuff can you connect to that then? Because that sounds like a handy little tool.
It's a really handy little tool, yeah. I haven't fully tested it, but at my house, I ran my speakers in my garden for an hour, full level. There was at the end of my garden, I could hear it in the front room. And I got an hour out of it.
Good neighbours then.
Yeah, fine. Neighbours spot on, man. It's fine. And then what else did I do? I set up my 1210s, mixer, speakers, and some lights I've got in the garden, and it powered the whole thing. So
nice.
This little power bank we've got is
I'd be interested in looking into something like that.
Yeah, I'll show you it in a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's really cool, really handy little tool. So when we did go and try and do another one the other. Well, we have done another one the other day. We're just waiting for him to edit it, so it'll come up. But now there was no issue with power. We easily got half hour out of it, no drama.
Perfect.
Yeah, so it's spot on. But
Again, you don't want the videos going on too long as well, because you've got to try and get so much in with the visual aspects as well as you mixing.
yeah,
You know, the lighting, as you said before. There's so much to go into it. If this goes on for too long, too much to look into.
yeah. The first one, we didn't actually go there with a time frame.
Okay.
We just went there and Harry was just like, play for as long as you can. So we didn't actually have a time frame. The battery ran out after 20 minutes. We didn't make as much of a big deal out of it in the first video because we got 20 minutes. But if you watch the end of it, you'll kind of see me like this, headlights go down, and that's why I walked off to the back of the pier. That's the whole idea behind it, because batteries died, that's the end of it, there we go, and then that's the circling shots at the end, you know. But then it kind of fell into place. 20 minutes was perfect. Like you said, you don't want to go on too long, people get bored, we don't want it to be too short, you know. So 20 minutes, half hour is about the max we're going to go for.
Yeah. So going forward as well, are you going to look to do more club stuff? Because there's a lot of aggro behind going to the clubs by the sounds of things.
There is COVID.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a lot of aggro just to even get in, let alone DJing one.
Yeah. Do you know what? I spent a few years playing out in town.
Yeah.
At one point, I was doing Comedian, Talk, Mansion, Varsity every now and then.
Clubs in town then, pretty much.
I've done Slug and Lettuce a few times. You know, I played most places in town, and I did that quite solidly. Like some nights, I was even running between two places. I remember like one night I was like played in Comedian, and then finished in Comedian, and had to run across the road and go and play in Bar Blue, and then come back and things like that. So I kind of played around Southend for ages, and I only do music because I enjoy it. You know, it'd be nice to earn some money out of it. You know, I've earned bits of money out of it, but not anything that could make me a living. But I don't do it for that.
No, because you love it.
Yeah, because I think the problem with things like this, if you're doing it because you just want to make money, you'll never make it. I'm not, and to be honest, I'm not even trying to make it. Like, it's just a hobby.
Doing it all for the wrong reasons if you're doing it just for money. You know?
Exactly, 100%. So for me, it's just always been, I just enjoy music. I just enjoy playing, you know, I'm quite happy, stick my headphones on, just quite happy, sit there all night. My kids take the piss out of me all the time. You know, the song comes on, and your dad danced, Dad. Do you know what I mean? Like,
heads popping.
Yeah, my little 7-year-old, she'll sit there doing this. I'm like, come on, it's enough.
Yeah.
But the point is, I just enjoy music. That's why I do it. So going back to the club stuff, I've kind of always said I'd only do it if I could travel with it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, you know, if I could play different places around the UK, abroad would be banging. Free holiday. But I'd be quite happy just going, you know, nightclub up north this week, you know, nightclub in London the next week. I'd do that, but I wouldn't go back to doing like a residency.
No, I can imagine doing the residency. You relied upon where you're not actually taking your own booking. So I can play there tonight. I'm going up there tonight.
And to be honest, when I did Chameleon, I wasn't even the main person of the night. I always did the warm up.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So I used to play till about 11:30ish, depending on how it was going, and then somebody else would take over, and then I would jump back on to give him a break. You know, about 1, play like half hour or something, and then he'd finish the night. But it's a tie. Yeah. You know what I mean? It is a massive tie, and I don't want to say it's boring, but being in the same place every single week.
Yeah, it just sounds like aggro as well.
I don't want that. If I had the opportunity to actually earn some money and travel, definitely I would go back to the club stuff. You know, COVID or no COVID.
Well, this YouTube channel that you've set up with your music videos, I think could definitely, you know, heighten that as well. To be fair, because the talent that you have obviously got as a DJ, and your brother's little wizardry with his cameras and his lighting. It's definitely attracted attention. You've got over 1,000, nearly 2,000 views on the first one, haven't you?
Yeah, it went up quick. To be fair, it went up quick, and I got quite a lot of. To be honest, I heard from you being one of them. Yeah. A lot of people I haven't spoken to for a long time. Yeah. Even just private messages, just saying, "Why did you do that? How did you do this?" Really cool. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, just so many messages and people asking if we do what we're doing. So, again, the YouTube thing. I didn't set it up because I wanted 1 million subscribers and I wanted 7,000 views.
You're doing it for the creativity side of things.
Yeah, I kind of use YouTube as a base, if that makes sense. It's free storage.
Yeah.
That's literally the way I look at it. Like, I make silly kids' home videos. Yeah, like when we go out for the day. I'm I'm the guy walking around with the GoPro, filming everything, yeah? And then I chuck it together, make a little video out of it.
Oh, nice.
But then everyone wants to charge you nowadays, don't they?
Yeah.
To store stuff. YouTube don't charge you, and they give you full quality.
They do, and you're able to cut and paste and do all the bits
Yeah,
and pieces.
so I just upload it to YouTube, all their videos, and it's forever storage. You know, so that was kind of the idea in putting them on YouTube, and as well the other reason with YouTube, if you upload a video to say Facebook, they compress it.
Yes.
And you don't get the same effects. So the idea was put them on YouTube, share the links to Facebook, Instagram, them sort of places, and just see where it goes. I'm not in this to try and get famous.
No.
That's not.
Snack.
Yeah, that's not why I do it.
No. I'm in the same boat as you, mate.
If somebody turned around tomorrow and told me I could give up my day job and just go off DJing, I wouldn't hesitate. But I'd be all over it. Yeah. But I'm not ever expecting that to happen, if that makes sense. And in my mind, I sit there and think, if I'm not ever expecting that to happen, it does happen. Result.
Yes.
You know, that's kind of my outlook on it. But I enjoy the videos as well. It's a good laugh. You know what I mean? It is a good laugh.
It's because it's spontaneous from both of you as well. The 2 videos / 3 videos that you've done, you've pretty much like just that improvising on
the scene. Yeah. It's just,
and that's the beauty of it, and that's why people love content like you've made, because it is eye-catching. People, fucking hell, where is that? You know.
Yeah.
You start looking for different places in the video.
You just make local places, or even places that people don't know, look completely different. You know, and you see it from a different perspective. You know. Another thing he's tried to do with the videos as well is always tried to make it look like I'm there on my own.
Yeah, you don't spot him, do you?
You won't see him in any video. He goes out of his way to edit himself out of it.
He's done quite well so far.
Yeah, but like, he's again, the idea in it is it's trying to make it look like I've just rocked up on my own, just with some DJ gear, and I've just thought, oh yeah, it's a good idea. Let's set up, let's have a little mix. Yeah, it's going. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing with it.
Well, it stems from I don't know if you remember this. This is me showing my age here. You two playing on top of that building. You must have seen that music video. The streets have no names.
I think so.
Yeah, they just rock up on top of a building, set up all their stuff, and all of a sudden people recognise who they are. They play one of their tunes, and they've got like 55,000 people, and they're videoing it while they're doing it as well. The old Bill come upstairs. You can't be doing this. It's too late, mate. We're all ready to go.
What I was saying to you about our issue is with doing this.
Yeah.
We don't want to end up in that.
No, you don't want to be in that position.
It's a cool thing to happen.
Yeah.
I'd love to go and set up in the middle of South High Street.
Oh, that'd be
great fun.
Good for Christmas.
Yeah.
That'd keep people alive, wouldn't it?
I think we might get in trouble.
Well, ask the council nicely. It's not as if there's much going on in South and Central at the minute, is there really?
All joking aside, one of my friends actually does work at the council, and she actually did message me saying that you should ask, and she'll have a look into it. So it was actually something that was an idea floating around. But I just, from what I do know about the sort of industry, can't see it happening.
Oh. Come on, Southend Council. Pull your finger out. Let's have a DJ in the middle of the centre. Liven it up a little bit.
Without having all your proper insurances and,
of course.
And all that sort of stuff.
They can cover that.
Yeah,
and council tax we pay. Come on.
Good little day rave, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't even have to be a rave, because, like you said, if you were to have, say, 3 or 4 different DJs to play throughout the day, that would it hasn't got to be a lot of full-on one, because they're going to have the bars and stalls that will all be down South and High Street as well.
I would like to rope some other people into it.
Yeah. Getting more than just yourself.
More than just myself. Yeah. I would like to rope some more other people into it.
A little bit more collaboration.
Yeah. But the only issue I've got is I'm going to need to find a new cameraman.
The new cameraman is needed.
The new cameraman is going to be needed, because my cameraman thinks it's a good idea to go travelling. So.
Well, I mean, it's a tough decision though. It is a tough decision. So, obviously the hunt for a cameraman starts from today, by the sounds of things.
A free one as well.
A young budding media student who wants to be...
Who just wants to make some videos and have a laugh.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, mate, I'm sure if you went down, there must be music students down the university.
Yeah,
that would be
to be fair, what I'm planning on doing, I didn't want to just literally keep hammering video after video outside.
No.
Because that does just become very repetitive, doesn't it? So... what I'm going to try and start doing is just doing a few at home as well.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so maybe do a few on the outside, and then give it a little bit of a break. Do a few little like weekly mixes at home, or even if I do it every couple of weeks, but maybe float around with some different genres as well. You know, I like soulful house, deep house, funky house, Do you know what I mean? That sort of stuff. You know, garage is what I grew up on.
Yeah, we all did, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, but I even like the R&B, hip hop sort of stuff as well, and I can play it all. So I was debating doing some like little just weekly different genres and just doing them at home in my little studio I've got.
Yeah, mate, like a weekly collaboration with other music artists.
It doesn't have to
idea.
always be outside.
No,
that's the thing with it. You know, like it's nice, it's eye catching, but. Yeah.
Well, it's like a football team winning the trophy every year, isn't it? You know, if you keep
it
seeing it does get boring.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
So it's good that you've got consistent flow of ideas coming along, because then that keeps you interested in wanting to do more, and then attracts more people wanting to be part of what you're doing,
100%.
which is the whole point behind music. Because it's very rare to just have that one musician, because they've got everything else around them that makes it tick.
Yeah.
No matter if you've got a good voice or you're a good DJ, you need a good setup and people around you to make it enjoyable.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's very hard to find that in the music industry, from what I've been told. There's a lot of people that.
I think the purest music industry is probably one of the hardest ones to break into.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Simon Cowell's even packed it in, that's how hard it is. X Factor's gone, you can't do it anymore.
Yeah, but
it's gone.
You just need that break and someone just to spot what you're doing, you know. But like I said, I'm not bothered whether that ever happens or not. That's not what I ever set out to do.
No.
I only did the video for a laugh. I didn't even think it was going to work.
And it did. It did perfectly.
Yeah, I didn't even think it was going to work. I literally just did it just to get out for the night and go and play some music, you know.
So, with your next venture with all of this, what collaborations would you say would be most interesting to you?
Do you mean with other people?
Yeah. Is there any people in mind?
I haven't really got anyone in mind.
No?
No, I've pulled one person in already for one, which is going to go on the next video, so everyone will see that when it goes up.
Sweet.
Yeah, I pulled one person in for one. I think when I first started, it'd be nice to like, I don't know, like maybe, I don't know how I'd work it yet, but like have another DJ involved with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, sounds weird, but I did a thing with my mate ages ago, and we did it as a live stream, and a bit of a test, and it's going back a few years.
Okay.
But we actually set up like 2 sets of decks, and then like I would mix 2 or 3 tracks, and then we had both decks plugged into one mixer.
Right. Okay.
So I'd mix a couple of tracks, and I'd be like, right, go on, you take over. Yeah, and then he would mix into my track, but I would have to mix out of it. If that makes sense. So we're almost mixing together. So it become quite a bit of teamwork, if that makes sense.
Yeah, what was that? There was an old school band like that. Sorry, carry on.
There was 4. I want to say it was 4 scratch DJs or something. Yeah, I know. I can't remember their name, but I know who you're talking about.
Thank you.
And they all worked together.
Yes.
But separately, and they had to work. Yeah, so that's kind of where the idea came from. Yeah, and we did it probably 2 or 3 times. It worked really well. I'd like to do something like that. Be quite cool. Got to find someone you gel with and that plays the same sort of style as what you do. But that'd be cool. That'd make a really good video. It's about doing something different, isn't it? I think at the end of the day, if you just got one person just standing there mixing all the time, it can potentially get a little bit boring.
Absolutely. The world's a bigger place now for online social media.
Yeah, and technology's come on so much as well. So all of a sudden now you've got these easy options to do all these different things. But that is something that crossed my mind, like roping someone in to do that. It'd be quite hard to set up, but
it's a time factor as well, because we've also got to lead our normal lives as well as doing stuff that we like doing.
Definitely.
It's always a struggle, you know.
But I haven't got anyone in mind in particular that I want to rope in. It was more about just if anyone approached me.
Yeah.
The person I pulled in on the last one, I did approach him, and he was up for it. But then at the same time, now he's done one, he's like, oh, that's really cool, should we do another one? Like, so it'd be cool to do some more in the future, and potentially rope people in, but I've got no immediate ideas other than like what I was just saying.
But like you said, you've got to think about what you want to do to make it right as well, because if you do one after the other, like not just being repetitive, you can fall into like bad habits as well, because you get comfortable in your own skin and you're not being challenged enough. Yeah. So you really need to like pull your finger out and go, right, well, we've done that, we've nailed that, what's next?
One of the hardest things to do is find locations.
Yeah, you mentioned that earlier, obviously, gathering potentially a crowd of people, which you can't really have.
No, we want it to stay just us when we're there, so we want to just get on with it, get it done. We don't want loads of people in the video and then just move on from it. But it's even just finding the locations is so hard. I found one over in Canby. I'm not going to say where it is because I still really want to do it. I think my brother thinks we can't do it. But I spoke to somebody else about it and he thinks we can, but basically the council come in and took the steps down. So, and it's quite high. I think we can do it with a set of ladders. Yeah, but he's not convinced. Do you know what I mean? But it's a bit of an operation. So,
yeah.
But you're up against battles like that all the time.
Yeah, it's all the public liability and all that.
And just people. I don't want to annoy anyone doing it either. I don't want people like, oh, turn it down. What are you doing? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want all that. So, yeah, that's one of the biggest challenges with it.
It's hard. Everywhere's so built up now to try and find that picturesque place where you could potentially do something like that.
100%.
It is hard to find. So, any other places that you thought of?
Other than that one, no. I've got one other potential one. But I actually haven't gone and scoped it out yet. One of my mates just said to me about it, and it's on a rooftop in town.
There you go.
Yeah, so that could be pretty cool. If we do it, it's going to be Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah, if we do it,
Sunday sessions.
Sunday evening, Sunday sunset sessions. That's what it's going to be. I struggle to get my words out. Sunday sunset sessions. No, I can't remember.
Sessions.
Sunday sessions. We'll stick with that. Yeah, but if that might be another potential. Other than that, no. I have sat there for evenings looking. Another thing, I'll tell you one thing I was looking for actually, was looking for like an abandoned graveyard, not graveyard, train graveyard.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They are about.
Are they?
Yeah, if you look into it online, do a bit of Googling, there's some abandoned trains floating around. We actually found a whole abandoned railway line, and along it there is some abandoned trains. Do you know what I mean? But it all comes down to time again, doesn't it? Go to scope them out and things like that.
The thing is, it's not going to be during the day either. Wherever you've got to book time off work and all that to go and do it. Is it worth losing the money that you're going to be able to earn?
Yes, because you're doing something you enjoy, aren't you?
Yeah, true.
Life ain't all about work.
No, it certainly isn't.
I work to pay the bills and keep a roof over our heads, and that's about it. Other than that, I don't want to be at work.
I don't want to be at work.
You've got
99% of the world probably thinks the same way, mate.
You've got to enjoy everything you're doing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it, But yeah, I haven't got any solid plans.
No.
We like to just wing it a bit last minute, to be fair.
I feel that
it's the best way.
Being more spontaneous in that way does breed a little bit of energy into it.
It's like you go out for the night. If you go out on a planned night out, it's never as good as the random Sky Boys. Do you know what I mean?
That's right.
They're the best nights.
Yeah. Talking of like going out on a random, there must have been some absolute randoms in some of the clubs that you've played. Complete randoms.
Yeah, definitely. Like weekly people as well. People that be there every single week without fail.
Big fans.
Yeah, not necessarily of me, just of the club. Do you know what I mean? Like, they would just be there on the dance floor first thing. Like, you do. Yeah, and then all the messy ones at the end of the night as well. Not that I've never been that person, but old man's up to that. But yeah, no, you do see quite a lot when you're on the other side of it, especially when you're up in the middle and you can see everyone. You see everything that's going on.
So there must have been some epic brawls from that DJ booth that you've seen, surely. I've seen a few.
I've seen a few, but never nothing. To be fair, nothing actually ever that major.
No.
I don't know whether it's just always I've got lucky and been out on half decent nights that haven't had too much trouble.
No.
Never seen nothing major. I feel like they're all worse nowadays.
Yes. Well, haven't they got like metal detectors and stuff in a couple of them as
well?
They're
on it with everything now, yeah. It's coming more down here. But I remember I went to London one night. We went to Fabric.
Right.
They made me take my shoes off and everything. Like,
serious?
Yeah, serious. Yeah. There was like 2 queues, and as you go in, they sent off like some people that way and some people that way. Obviously, I got sent down the line with we were almost going to strip search you. It made me undo my belt, check all round here, took my shoes off.
Oh my
God,
mate!
Yeah, proper.
I would have fucking gone home. That would piss me right off.
I wanted to go in now.
I know, it sort of puts a damper on the night, though, doesn't it? You know what I mean? You're getting a postie from a bouncer. You think, I'll leave it out, mate. That would piss me right off.
But yeah, like staying with the club stuff, it would be cool to go back to it.
Yeah.
It would be cool to go back to it, but just in the right way this time, I think. That's all. I want to play what I want to play. I don't want to play
what the club tells you to play.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what I used to do before.
That's got to be annoying for a musician.
Yeah.
Not play that, mate. That's it.
Yeah, it's not like they told me what to play, but it was just you were stuck in that genre. You know, of like, right, let's play commercial. All right, we're doing this tonight, and that's what I didn't really like. You know.
Same tends to song at the end.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. You know.
Biggie Smalls one, or yeah.
You know, yeah, I just want to go and play stuff I actually enjoy. Like, you know, like the house and the garage, and you know, that's my main thing. I think house and garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what? It's funny because when I spotted you on YouTube and your video went up, I have I won't say it's a bad habit, but I do have a habit of consistently looking through for music videos that barely had any views.
Yeah.
For new people that haven't ever been, not because like I'm on no, because I'm not, but I've got such a high genre of music on my playlist. So for example, I've got like guzheng music from China, you know, which is like a like Chinese guitar or a harp, like stuff like that I listen to. And there was one woman that I found, and she's called Alina Gingertail. I think she's Russian,
right.
And she does gaming theme tunes, but with like so many different instruments. She'll have a different instrument for each part of the tune, and it's all for games like World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, so on and so forth. You can go on forever. I don't know how many games there are. But there's one of them. She gets a shell out, and she's blowing into the shell, and it melds in with the tune. It's absolutely
cool.
Baby Mandalorian. You must have watched that.
Mandalorian. I actually haven't seen it. Do you know, the only reason I haven't watched it is my wife's not in Star Wars.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, and my uncles were watching it, and he was like, "You've got to watch this," and I was like,
"It is good.
It's really cool." But like, I'm like, "Should we watch it?" No.
Spaghetti. Stay up a
bit
later.
Watch me go and sit on my own and watch it.
Yeah,
mate, it's meant to be good though.
It's very
really
good.
Cool.
Yeah, and obviously you've seen the pictures of Baby Yoda. You've seen that.
Yeah.
You know, it's brilliant how they've amalgamated that into a spaghetti western.
Right.
It's like spaghetti western, like John Wayne with a laser gun.
Right. I do want to watch that. It does sound cool.
Yeah.
My uncle was really raving about it.
I don't blame him, mate. He's not worth it.
No, I'll definitely give that a try.
Yes. So, what I've seen on the telly recently is, so going back to that COVID passport nonsense, do you think that that's going to stop people going?
What, going out?
Going to clubs, because you don't think it will stop people?
Nope, not at all.
No?
People don't care anymore. Genuinely, that's what I see. Like, I'm driving instructor now.
Yeah.
So I spend a lot of time with 17, 18 year olds, during the day. This week you've got Sundown Festival.
That's right.
Yeah, in Norfolk, I think it is. Norwich, somewhere like
that.
Yeah, Norwich. Sure, it's in Norwich. At least 10 people that I'm teaching are all going this weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, all of them, like literally all going up to it. The youngsters aren't bothered by it, and they're the ones that are all going out in the clubs. Like the minute the clubs opened, I actually had loads of cancellations the following week because they've all gone out clubbing and they've all got positive tests, but they all still go. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think the club. I think maybe for the older generation, they're less likely to go because they're all a bit more worried about it. But I think if the younger generation, they're not. They don't care.
I would say that I wouldn't be worried about the COVID situation. It's more the fact that I've got to be frisked, searched, show a passport before and pay me money before getting the door.
Yeah, they're making it a lot of aggro.
Just to have a dance.
Yeah, I kind of get it. I do think it's a little bit extra, but I kind of get it. It would put me off going out at the moment if I was just genuinely going out for a night out. If I was going out to play, I'll get on with it, it is what it is. But if I was genuinely just going out on a night out to enjoy myself, I would be reluctant to do all of that.
It's going to be a kick in the bollocks for the nightclub scene because they've only just got at least a life back of getting people into clubs. Yeah. It's just making things harder.
Like I said, a lot of the younger people are so keen to go out.
They'll do anything to do it.
Yeah, they'll do anything to do it. Like some of the ones I'm teaching, they all turned 18 in lockdown.
Yeah.
So they haven't experienced that whole nightclub lifestyle. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, so they're all like me. I don't care. I'm going out tonight. Oh, it's such a good night last night. Let's go out again. Like,
sounds like there's going to be a baby boom.
Yeah.
So I reckon it's going to be loads of 18-year-olds just begging to get out.
But they are, and to be honest, there's not actually that many places in Southend anymore, either, is there?
No.
Most places have actually shut down.
Yeah, because there's too many anyway.
Yeah, they're turning Talk, I think, into a bowling alley.
Are they?
I see that today. Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
They've got enough space there, haven't they?
Yeah, so I think it's bowling alley and family entertainment or something. So, you know, the clubs are disappearing. I think the nightclub scene, especially in Southend, has died a death a little bit. Like I remember when we was younger, I was out Thursday, Friday, Saturday without fail every single week, but it was cheaper.
Yeah, you could take 50 quid out with you and you'd do alright.
You could have a good night. Yeah, you know, 2 for 1s, cheap drinks till 12. I don't do that nowadays. You know, nowadays you go out 150 quid, you're struggling.
Yes. Yeah. Well, at £5 a pint, it's not a surprise.
Yeah, especially if you go out with your missus or something as well. And you're buying like it's hard, isn't it? So the nightlife in Southend is definitely dying a death for money purposes. But I think the youngsters will keep what's open for quite a while.
Well, it's a seaside town, so it's hopefully going to be attracting people down from London. Hopefully that doesn't die a death.
No,
because the town's going downhill as it is, and we need as much tourism as possible. I mean, they're trying to build up the town as it is, but it's not really.
Do you know, if I had money, I would consider setting up like a little bar with a little nightlife scene. I wouldn't set up a club, but I would set up like just a nice little casual, relaxed atmosphere, a little dance floor in there. But I would probably go more down the route of like soulful house. Yeah. So it's more of like
it's more of a smooth vibe within the place. Yeah.
Exactly, and try and sort of target the slightly older crowd, if that makes sense.
My love.
I love soulful house. I literally love soulful house. Like I don't play enough of it because I don't feel like there's a huge audience for it. Like, but I am going to start doing some videos on the soulful house side of it. But it would make a really cool vibe. I would do that if I had the money, but I just ain't got the money, so it's not that.
Well, it's a marker, isn't it? It's there in your mind. It's there in your mind.
I would do it.
So me doing this all started from this microphone, and it's I know it's only a little bit at the minute, but it's sort of extended.
You build on it. Yeah. You go step by step, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Absolutely, and when you've got that want and drive to look into what you're passionate about, it's amazing how quickly things start rolling along.
Yeah,
it's amazing how many people have been getting back to me as well about coming on the podcast because you know all I've wanted to do is interview interesting people that I know, because everyone that I've connected with in the years that I've been alive has pretty much done something amazing.
Yeah,
it's really weird.
Yeah.
Like there's people in all different types of industry, all different types of professions, and it's like these people are interesting. You know, it's not all about what these celebrities are doing.
No,
it's not all about. We're part of the real world.
I like what you're doing in a way because it's giving people that haven't necessarily made it an opportunity to put something out there. Do you know what I mean? So definitely, like it's a good thing that you're doing. I was quite surprised you missed me, to be honest. I don't actually find myself that interested. I don't feel like anything I do is really that out there, but then I suppose in one respect I have watched the videos back and I was like, that's pretty cool, and I've looked at some of the comments and stuff that have come back from them, and as a DJ I've never really actually rated myself, if that makes sense. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, I've not actually got really that many mix CDs out there, considering how long I've been playing. Like, what did I think I was about 13 when I got my first set of decks. I haven't really got anything up online, not that much, because what I do is I start recording, I make one little mistake that the likes of you probably wouldn't even notice.
No, that's true.
But it annoys the hell out of me.
It's gone.
I delete it. Get rid of it.
Not happy with that.
Nope, gone. Out of there. Do you know what I mean? I've done that so many times.
What's wrong with that, mate?
It is when you want to put content online, isn't
No,
it?
but that's the thing, you're your own worst enemy, because if you can look back at your own design, and if you're not happy with it, it means that you're not going to be happy with it being out there in the world. That's
always just been my issue. I'm just too much of a perfectionist.
I don't think it's an issue, mate. I think quality is better than quantity.
Like even the videos, like I've noticed a few little bits, and it really bugs me, but I'd had no choice with that because we've done the video. I couldn't just pull it back. I'd done it, just gave it to Harry, and I was like, just go. Do it. Do you know what I mean? And I've listened to it back a few times, and I can overlook it, and they're very minor, but that's what I do when I do the little mix CDs at home. So I've tried to do them so many times, but every time I do, I'm just like, no, get rid of it.
With your mixes, do you know what I find it's good for?
What's that?
Doing stuff around the house. Gets me up for doing stuff.
Yeah.
It's got that vibe about it. So I'm not saying that your music's take to housework. But
Okay.
like, do you know at the beginning of the second one, he goes, "Let's get down to business." I'm like, right, I've got shit to do. I'm gonna get there. Right, Clayton's going, "Let's get down for business." I've got to get that done. I've got to do the garden. But that never happens anyway. I don't ever do the garden.
Yeah, in them, I've only put in them what I like, if that makes sense. I haven't actually done anything to please anyone else. If that, do you know what I mean?
I was going back to the club thing, isn't it? It's your creation, your design, your mix.
To be fair as well, I'm actually, considering I'm a DJ, I'm actually a little bit out on what's popular at the moment. And it's funny you mentioned that one song. When I did that mix, I didn't actually realise, it's like a ridiculous thing to totally to, but fucking TikTok, all the songs are on TikTok nowadays, isn't they? And my kids are on it with TikTok. So I didn't know that was a really big song on TikTok.
Oh, was it really? I wouldn't have known either.
I didn't know either, But I played the kids the video, and all straight away Oscar sat there and Elsie is singing along. How do you know this song?
I didn't show anybody.
Where did that come from? How do you know this? It's on TikTok, innit? And even my wife's looking at me like, I thought that's why you put it in there, because it popped. I just found the song and I liked it, so I just put it in.
Well, my little always is flicking through TikTok all the time, and there was a tune that come on. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's a 50 Cent / Bee Gees remix with Staying Alive.
Okay.
I think it's quite old.
Yeah.
I love it. Honestly, I'll get bang up for it.
There's some cool songs.
And it's all 50 going in beat. I'll send it to you later. You probably don't shut up, Bridget. Don't it is good. I do like, and there was another one as well. Come on today. I forget now. There was have you heard Kanye West's new tune? No.
I'm going to ask you how it goes.
I'm not going to sing.
Go and sing it.
I can't. And to be honest, I'm surprised that he's singing it as well. It's a little bit off the cuff compared to
considering I'm a DJ, I'm a little bit outdated with what's new, but I don't really know now. I've got a few sites I use to get all my tracks from, because obviously, as you can imagine, when I first started mixing with digital stuff, because obviously I started off as a vinyl DJ. When I first started mixing with digital stuff, I actually really struggled finding music, because it's hard to find the songs with the intros.
Okay, right.
So you can actually mix it. Yeah, it's almost impossible. Everything you go on radio edit, this that, and it's like they just start straight away. So it's like, how do you do this? So I signed up to a few record pools that I pay for online, and they're not like they just get the new stuff that comes up. That's where I flick through nowadays. Is
it a large data file for you to go through, or is it?
Actually, it's a huge website. Yeah,
is it?
Huge. Yeah, but they upload daily.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they upload daily, and you pay like one of them is like every 3 months. One of them is monthly. I've actually stopped the every 3 months one at the moment, and I'm just like I'm trying out a new one because I wanted to do a bit more house stuff, and they're better on the house thing. So that's where I tend to end up looking. I don't listen to the radio.
No?
No, I couldn't even tell you the last time I listened to the radio.
Do you know what? All right, if you don't listen to the radio, I'm going to give a shout out to my mate Reece Collins on Street Sounds Radio. Yeah. Have a listen to that through your phone on the app.
Yeah,
download the app.
You've mentioned him, but I just don't listen to the radio at all.
Like, you do it on your phone.
Yeah, honestly, no, I should do. I'm just
download the app. Mate.
I think what it is,
definitely a bit of you, the music. Definitely.
Yeah, no, it probably is. And I like all the music, and like you know, if I ever hear someone else playing the radio, I like this song, But I think the reason I don't do it is because whenever obviously I said to you earlier, I think before we started this, I don't think I've said it on this, I started getting into production.
Yes, that's right,
So what I've started doing recently is I find a song I like, and then I end up listening to it. I do my wife's editing with it, I end up listening to it over and over and over again, because I listen to the track and how it's made and what's in it. And then, so when I'm out in the car, instead of putting the radio on, I'm just driving around listening to songs, trying to break it down. How have they made this? How have they done that? That'll make a cool little mix. Oh, this would go well with that. And I just get fully distracted from the radio. Like, I don't even put it on, because I'm constantly listening to my own stuff. Yeah. Or if I've made anything, like if I've tried to make a beat, I'll put it on my phone, and when I'm out in the car, I'll listen back to it in the car. How's it sound? Oh, I need to turn this down. I need to turn the bass up a bit. I should add a kick in there, or put a little drum roll in here. Little bit white noise underneath. That's where my mind goes. I get fully distracted. It's really weird. I don't know whether anyone else does this out there, even as a DJ. But I've done it forever. Ever since I first started, I zone out from the words.
Oh, okay.
I don't really listen to the words of songs.
You focused
on the
solely on the beat.
Yeah, it's become like naturally attuned in my head. I hear the words, don't get me wrong, but I don't take them in. If you ask me to like remember the words. It'll take me forever to learn the words to a song.
But if it's the beat,
I'll give it straight away, like instantly. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think what it's come from is because I've done it for so long now. When I'm playing, I'm constantly listening to the beat to get the beat in time.
Yes. So
I'm almost trying to avoid the vocals because I don't want to mix the vocals.
No.
So that's when they clash.
When you're doing that though, when you're trying to do the production, how long does it actually take? Because I have to do bits and pieces of cutting and editing on here. It must take forever.
Oh, it does take ages. Yeah, it takes ages. You don't realise how much goes into a song. Until I started getting into it, and by no means your next David Guetta, like top producer or anything. I'm nowhere near that. Completely self-taught. You know, one of my pals went to college, showed me the basics, showed me the ropes, how to move around the program, and then I've just kind of sat there trying to play with bits. Oh, how do I do this? Let's quickly YouTube it.
Yeah.
How do I do that? Let's quickly YouTube it.
It's amazing what you can get on YouTube, isn't it?
There's always someone on YouTube that's made a video about what you want to watch.
Yeah, it's true.
There is. I just go on there and I'll type the question in and it comes up. It's brilliant. That was amazing.
I've done the same thing for me. The intro. The intro's cut and pasted from a couple of tunes.
Yeah.
So it's not one tune. It's like don't ask me how I've done it. I've no idea. Don't ask me to do anybody else's tune if you do like mine. I've got no idea how I pulled it off. But I said to the wife, look. So I've basically increased the size of one file on the other and sort of put them together like a plaster. Yeah. And it comes together.
Yeah. But no, I've just dabbled with it like that, and I've spent days going back to a song before.
Have you?
Yeah, like days. Like there's one track I did with two of my pals, and to be honest with you, it's pretty much finished. But the only reason it is actually a really good track. Anyone I have played it to has gone. If that was online, I would put that in my Spotify playlist. It's a really good song, but I didn't make it on my own, so I've never shared it anywhere. And one of the guys I think is living in Portugal now. My other mate's living up in London. I don't really see him as much anymore, so we ain't done anything with it because we've not all been together to do it, and it's not just mine to share.
No, that's true.
And the other problem we've got, we remixed an old song, so we used an a cappella from an old Master at Work song. So obviously if we did try and share it, now you're up against copyright, you've got to get permission and all this, and it's dramas. But we spent a whole evening over there together doing the intro. Then we spent another whole evening over there doing the first drop. And then one of my mates spent another night at home working on a second bass line. And then we spent another evening over there kind of like just editing the sounds and making it sound better. And then we didn't actually all get back together, but I ended up with the file on the computer. So then I took that file and then laid out an arrangement for a whole song. So now we've got a track. But as you can see, it took days. It took ages.
It is time consuming.
Yeah, massively.
But you're gonna have to hit your boys up then, see if you can.
Yeah, do you know what I always go to, but the only reason I don't is because I just feel like we're going to get hammered with copyright. I'd almost need to.
What with the first one?
What with the song?
Not the remix. The first one you said. You said you've done two.
No, one. That one track I did with them. Yeah. I've made another one with someone else. That's a little bit of a long story. Okay. I'm not going to go into that.
That's fine.
I made another one with someone else. It's just an old vocal I got that my dad did ages ago. And to be fair to you, like long story short, it actually got to the girl's publisher because she's actually a singer, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, like you know, it's a really good track, really like it. You know, can you just change this and maybe try this and sort this out?" And I was like, yeah, no worries. But at the time, my computer weren't powerful enough to do what I needed it to do, and I was working between two projects to make it work, and I just kind of couldn't be bothered, and I left it. Do you know what I mean? But I've got a better computer now. I'm a bit more upgraded. It's just time. So I am going to start doing some more bits and hopefully start putting some stuff out there.
But yeah, take your time, mate. Don't rush it.
No, don't rush it. If you rush anything, it don't work. No. And again, I'm not doing it for the views. I'm not doing it for the attention. I just do it for me because it's safe. I enjoy it. And something for your kids to enjoy as well, because there's always going to be a memory of you, no matter how. As long as YouTube's alive, we'll always be here. I'm banking on my daughter, my youngest one, becoming a singer. To be fair, she keeps telling me, well, not if she's famous, it's when I'm famous. when I'm famous. I'm like, that's cool, darling. So, what are you going to do? I'm going to be a singer, I'm going to be a pop star, I'm going to be a dancer. Okay, done, sorted. So,
I'm not gonna kill you, dream, darling.
Yeah.
Don't reach for them stars. Go for it. Go for it. Dad will be behind you.
when
It's all
I'm
good.
famous.
Yes, absolutely, mate.
It's a good outlet to have, though.
Yeah, I agree. My little one's massively into art. She's a good artist, very good, like characters, Japanese stuff that she's really good at, the animated stuff. And she's taken her art for a GCSE as well, so it'd be interesting to see where she takes that.
Yeah.
Speaking of art, obviously you can see the 2 pictures I've got here, but I'm looking to get other bits done. And there was a chap who done a picture on my last podcast for the Hannistons. So Brad and Jen, in their front room, bless them, there's a picture of Jen on the wall. And it's all like, basically she's got her boobs all pressed up, and it's like a little strap, and it's got his tag on the strap, and obviously she looks amazing, and he draws it all freehand. I showed you the Morgan Freeman one earlier, didn't I?
Yeah.
The Morgan Freeman one, brilliant, but obviously he's had to, bless him, do it really fast on Instagram. So in emotion, have a look. I'm supposed to give the boy a ring at some point to have something potentially done of me or somebody else. Yeah, I don't know if I'm vain enough or I'm not sexy enough really to have a picture done of me.
Do it. I'm sure you can make it look good.
Well, we'll take out my wrinkles.
Yeah.
My wrinkles and my wonky eyes straight out
Do you know
for
what,
me.
if you could get him to do something of you and then tie it in with the whole social monkey thing,
It would be nice. It's going to be pricey though, because the man's a true artist. It's not like he's not on Etsy selling things at 30 quid a pop. You know what I mean? It's his time, his profession, and he takes it very seriously. So I obviously want to have a sit down, proper conversation with him about what we could potentially do and what it's going to cost. Because nobody of that talent does their shit for free. No, it's really good. Yeah. He's really good. So I'm hoping to have something here.
It's almost like my brother with my videos. You know, he's really good at it. To be fair, like what he does, what he can pull out of nothing, and I'm just lucky he's my brother, so he don't charge me. Do you know what I mean? But it's hard, isn't it? Trying to find someone to do.
How long is he going to be away for then?
Don't know.
Don't know. How long's a piece of string?
Yeah, pretty much. How well is it going to work out for him?
Long-term cameraman is definitely needed.
Yeah. But to be fair, I do know enough that I could get there, if that makes sense. So I could learn it. There's no reason why I couldn't learn it. I'd have a camera to buy and stuff like that, you know, but I could learn it. So if it did go down a path, say for example the next couple that we do manage to do, create a bit of attention and people start want to get involved in doing something similar, it's not impossible for me to do it. I can do it. I know I can. You know what I mean? If I put my head to something, I can do it. If I want to do it. If I don't want to do it, then it ain't happening.
I can't imagine that you'd have too much of a problem getting somebody involved with you. I think you're going to be all right there, mate. I really do.
No, I've already got. Like I said, with one person I had the other day, I know he's got a couple of people behind him that would be up for getting involved in doing it, and then as long as I just wrap myself into the filming,
that's good.
Yeah, it almost creates a brand channel.
Well, that'd be another good idea to see if you can put your music mix to a brand.
Yeah. Well, this is why I want to do some more of the production stuff as well, because then I can start pushing that on.
Yes.
On there as well and putting
your own creative design, and people pay you to be creative. Yeah.
So rather than it just being mixes, it starts becoming tracks and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's loads you can do with music, and
everything's at your disposal. You can pretty much have any sort of social media.
And the one good thing I do like about music is there's not really any rules. As long as it works, it works. That's it. At the end of the day, you know, people thinking outside the box, people like that. So
still trying to wrap my brains around that bleeding back to that. It's like Team X or something.
What, the scratch stick?
Yeah, that's really bugging me. What they bleeding called?
Yeah, I cannot remember. I know exactly who you're talking about.
They were doing I think it might be Busta Rhymes they're doing the tune with, potentially.
Alright.
Or, no, because it was rock, wasn't it? They used to do sort of rock stuff.
I'll Google it in a bit.
Yeah, we'll have a look.
I'll Google it in a bit.
Right, so I'm going to leave that there. Alright, I think we've done near enough an hour there, guys. 55 minutes, it's not bad.
It
does, doesn't it?
It goes really quick,
yeah. I've done one in here with Mr. Mimosa, I'll tell you who he is later. We've done ours for like 2 hours.
Right.
And we didn't even feel like we were in here for 2 hours. It does absolutely fly by. So, going forward, where can we find you online if we want to look at your stuff?
Oh, I'm a nightmare, aren't I? Can we post some links?
Yeah, I'll put the links at the bottom. If you
my YouTube, so the YouTube thing has gone under CDR Beats.
Right.
Yeah. So that's just my initials.
Yeah.
Yeah. So CDR Beats has gone under on there. I have got a Facebook page that's gone under Deejay Clayton.
Yeah.
But that's DEEJAY.
Yeah.
And I only actually ever did it like that because it was easier to find.
Yes, you go to the top of the list, didn't you?
Almost, yeah. That's a really stupid thing to do. But when I typed in Deejay Clayton, there was loads of them.
I was in.
Yeah, there was quite a lot of them. Yeah. So when I was doing it, I was like, I don't want to just end up at the bottom and people looking through trying to find you. So I spelt it DEEJAY, and I don't know.
Straight to the top.
It's different, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I've got that on there. I have got a Mixcloud, which I do need to start adding to, because as I was saying earlier, I'm a bit of a perfectionist and I don't really put anything up. I have put 2 mixes up from the videos.
There you go.
And I'll probably add to them. It is something I want to start using, start pushing a bit more, but I will send you the link to that as
Perfect.
well.
Yeah.
So we can add it on. Yeah. I've got an old SoundCloud, but I'm not really using that anymore.
No.
We'll leave that out.
Well, I can put you in touch with a man I know as well. He's currently doing production of his own. He's got his own tune on YouTube as well. So. I'll put you two in touch with each other as well.
Yeah, it'd be nice to meet some more people that are into it, if that makes sense, because that's when you start to work well with other people, and
especially when they're all local as well.
Yeah, and it's when the ideas come together. Do you know what I mean?
Less is more, but more is better sometimes when you've got a few more heads in the old cooking pot. So that's me, the Social Monkey. Thanks again, bruv, for coming on. It's an absolute pleasure as always, and I look forward to seeing more of your fantastic stuff going on.
Yeah, I can't wait to be fair.
No, I can't either.
I've got the next one is going to be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one. It's going to be good.
But Harry needs to put it out the bag.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. I've got faith in the man. I've got faith in the man. It's going to be all good.
The next one is going to be really cool.
Excellent. So make sure you go over to all of those links that I'll add at the bottom of the page. I am the Social Monkey. Have yourselves a fantastic night, day, evening, or whenever you're watching this. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Social Monkey on platforms for Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. I'm trying to remember all. Is an absolute pain in the arse, but I'll get there eventually.
There's too many of them.
There is too many. People, Twitter and TikTok. I can't do it all, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to, but I just don't got the time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Much love from the Social Monkey in Clayton. Have a good one.